In this video, I'm going to tell you about Martin Frost's, or I should say Martin Fröst's, unfair advantage when it comes to playing the clarinet, and how you can use that to help your clarinet playing as well.
My name is Josh Gu, and I'm taking my years of experience learning, teaching, and performing, and sharing all of my best clarinet and music tips so you can get more out of your practice, and most importantly, have fun. You can learn more about all of my many resources at QuickStartClarinet.com, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell to get notified when I post new videos.
Before we get into what the actual advantage is, I want to start with the big disclaimer and caveat that what I'm talking about isn't a really huge game-changing advantage. It's just maybe the slightest predisposition that I think is interesting and worth learning from. Honestly, Martin Frost's incredible clarinet playing comes from hours and hours and hours and hours of learning and practicing and dedication to the instrument and to music. So that's the real secret if you want to play like Martin Frost, but I think there's something interesting in here that is worth unpacking a little bit. So if you don't know who Martin Frost is in the first place, you should stop watching this video and just go look him up on YouTube. He has tons and tons of fantastic playing, and in my opinion is easily one of, if not the best living clarinetist today, one of my all-time favorites and most inspiring clarinetists in my personal clarinet journey as well. Now, an important thing to know about Martin Frost, and especially relevant to this video, is that Martin Frost is the very English and American way of saying it. Martin Frost is actually Swedish, so in the Swedish pronunciation, the best that my American self can do would be pronounced Martin Fröst. And that's the key distinguishing piece there, is how he actually pronounces his name, and probably the Swedish language in general gives a little bit of an advantage and sort of a natural predisposition to clarinet playing. Because if I very slowly say his last name and sort of stop on the O umlaut, we get Frö. And if you look at that, that's a pretty good clarinet embouchure. I was looking up a video on Swedish pronunciation just to try to do my very best with it for this O umlaut in particular, and I found this video where I took this screenshot, and this video is linked in the description if you want the real authentic Swedish speaker to practice it with. But you can see her embouchure looks pretty good like a clarinet embouchure when she's saying that O umlaut. So I think Martin Frost has a little bit of an unfair advantage and a slight predisposition to being naturally good at the clarinet because he was making a clarinet embouchure probably as one of his earliest words saying his name, and has probably said his name hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times before he even started playing the clarinet. Not to mention this vowel in general, probably thousands, maybe even millions of times before he ever even put the clarinet in his mouth. So there's this sort of natural kind of embouchure in the language. This also applies actually to the German O umlaut and also to the French EU, that sort of EU. All of those make for a really good clarinet embouchure. And it's not just the embouchure, but it's also the voicing too. So let me unpack a little bit about why that Fröst is such a good clarinet embouchure. So on the surface and on the exterior, it's pretty obvious. You can see it again in the picture of the actual Swedish speaker saying the O umlaut. We get that flat chin, the corners are coming in, the top lips coming down, which is all fantastic and exactly what we want in our clarinet embouchure. But the other part of it that you can't see that's also fantastic is when you do that Fröst, the soft palate raises, the throat sort of opens up, the tongue naturally goes up. Try saying that. Say Fröst, or just and you can feel that sort of top lip coming down, pointing of the chin, raising of the soft palate, and all of those things are exactly what we want for clarinet playing. In the English language, we don't really have anything similar to this. I sometimes will use the word ew. That kind of works because we get the E, which sort of raises everything back here, and then the U, the U part of it sort of brings the lips together. So if you say U really over exaggerated, that's about as close as we get. U, U, but it's not happening at the same time. Whereas the O umlaut actually does both at the same time. U, 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 rather than ew. So we're at a little bit of a disadvantage if you're a native English speaker, because we either do oo, which is good for the mouth but too low of a tongue position, or we do e, which is good for the tongue position but not good for the mouth. And that's what the O umlaut is the combination of the O vowel and the E vowel into one, which is exactly what we want for clarinet playing. So if you want to practice this, check out the link in the description to the video of the actual Swedish speaker doing this, and you can practice along with her to try going e, 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 and getting that sort of into your mouth and get how that feels, and then try it on the clarinet and see what happens. And if you want to play more like Martin Fröst, you should go to quickstartclarinet.com/test drive. There I have a training series of videos that goes over all of my core teaching philosophies and sort of extracts the core philosophies from the entire next generation clarinet method, which of course is my sort of flagship program for learning everything you need to know about playing the clarinet. Go sign up at quickstartclarinet.com/test drive, watch those videos, and then implement those videos for like the next 50 years, and you should be in good shape to start sounding at least close to Martin Fröst with lots and lots and lots of practice. But that's a great way to get a really solid foundation and get you set really well in your clarinet playing to hopefully aspire to play like Martin Fröst someday, or Martin Fröst someday. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that it was helpful for you. I hope you have fun exploring the new O umlaut vowel if it's new to you, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. And last but not least, a huge heartfelt thank you to the Dennersons. This is like the QuickStart Clarinet family who supports the channel and helps to make everything that I do possible. If you would like to support the channel and get some awesome rewards in return where we can work one-on-one over video and you can have my full support moving forward on your clarinet journey, then go to quickstartclarinet.com/supporter.